Ever wondered why your Java application suddenly crashes with an out-of-memory error despite having gigabytes of RAM? Understanding the inner workings of the JVM is what separates a junior developer from a performance expert. In this video, we will cover Java Memory Management Certification practice questions and detailed explanations. Unlock the secrets of the Java virtual machine. This video provides 30 expert-curated practice questions designed to help you pass the Java Memory Management Certification. In this comprehensive session, we are diving deep into 30 high-yield practice questions for the Java Memory Management Certification. We'll cover everything from heap structure and stack frames to garbage collection algorithms and memory leak detection. Before we begin, make sure to grab a pen and paper to track your score. Let's see how many you can get right. Which area of the JVM memory is responsible for storing local variables and partial results, and plays a role in method invocation and return? Option A, heap memory. Option B, method area. Option C, JVM stack. Option D, native method stack. The correct answer is C. The JVM stack, or thread stack, is created for each thread. It stores frames, which contain local variables, operand stacks, and dynamic linking. Unlike the heap, which is shared among all threads, the stack is private to a thread. When a method is invoked, a new frame is pushed onto the stack, and it is popped when the method completes. This is highly efficient but has a limited size, leading to stack overflow error if recursion is too deep. Which garbage collector was introduced as a replacement for the CMS concurrent mark sweep collector and became the default in Java 9? Option A, serial GC. Option B, parallel GC. Option C, G1 GC. Option D, ZGC. The correct answer is C. The G1 garbage first collector was designed to replace CMS. It is a regionalized collector that splits the heap into many small regions. It aims to provide high throughput with predictable short pause times. It became the default collector in Java 9, replacing the parallel GC, which was the default in Java 8. G1 is more efficient for large heaps and avoids the long stop-the-world pauses often seen in older collectors. In Java 8 and later, where is the metadata for classes stored? Option A, perm_gen. Option B, metaspace. Option C, code cache. Option D, old generation. The correct answer is B. Starting with Java 8, the permanent generation, perm_gen, was removed and replaced by metaspace. While perm_gen was part of the JVM heap and had a fixed maximum size, leading to Java lang out-of-memory error. Perm_gen space. Metaspace uses native memory off-heap. This allows metaspace to grow dynamically based on the OS limits unless restricted by the XX max metaspace size flag. Which part of the heap is specifically designed to store objects that have survived multiple garbage collection cycles? Option A, Eden space. Option B, survivor space SO. Option C, survivor space S1. Option D, old generation. The correct answer is D. The Java heap is divided into the young generation and the old tenured generation. New objects are created in the Eden space after surviving several minor GC cycles in the survivor spaces S0 and S1. Objects are promoted or tenured to the old generation. The old generation is typically much larger than the young generation and is collected during major GC or full GC events, which are usually more expensive in terms of performance. Which command line tool included in the JDK is used to provide a thread dump of a running Java process? Option A, JMap. Option B, JStack. Option C, JSTAT. Option D, JConsole. The correct answer is B. JStack is a diagnostic tool that prints Java stack traces of Java threads for a given Java process. It is primarily used to troubleshoot deadlocks, thread hangs, or high CPU usage by showing exactly what every thread in the application is doing at that specific moment. While JMap is for heap dumps and JSTAT is for GC statistics, JStack is the go-to for thread analysis. Which JVM flag is used to set the initial size of the heap memory? Option A, XMX. Option B, XMs. Option C, XSs. Option D, XX, max metaspace size. The correct answer is B. XMs sets the initial starting heap size, while XMX sets the maximum heap size. It is often recommended in production environments to set XMs and XMX to the same value to avoid the overhead of the JVM dynamically resizing the heap during the application's lifecycle, which can cause performance jitters. What is the primary characteristic of the Z garbage collector, ZGC? Option A. It is a single-threaded collector. Option B. It is designed for very small heaps, under 512 megabytes. Option C. It performs all expensive work concurrently, without stopping thread execution for more than 10 milliseconds. Option D. It only collects the young generation. The correct answer is C. ZGC. Z garbage collector is a scalable low-latency garbage collector. Its primary goal is to keep pause times consistently low, sub-millisecond in recent versions, regardless of the heap size, which can range from MBs to TBs. It achieves this by performing marking, relocation, and remapping concurrently with the application threads using load barriers and colored pointers. Which of the following is a common cause of memory leaks in Java applications? Option A. Using too many primitive types. Option B. Forgetting to nullify local variables inside a method. Option C. Static collections that are never cleared. Option D. Using the final keyword on large objects. The correct answer is C. Static variables have a lifecycle tied to the class loader, which usually lasts as long as the application is running. If you add objects to a static list or map and never remove them, those objects stay in the heap forever, even if the rest of the application no longer needs them. This is a classic memory leak. Local variables, on the other hand, are automatically cleared once the method scope ends. What is the purpose of the survivor spaces S0 and S1? Option A. To store objects that are too large for Eden. Option B. To act as a buffer for the old generation to prevent fragmentation. Option C. To hold objects that survived a minor GC to see if they can be reclaimed quickly before moving to old general. Option D. To store JNI, Java Native Interface, objects. The correct answer is C. The young generation consists of Eden and two survivor spaces, S0 and S1, also called from and to. Most objects die young. Survivor spaces allow the GC to keep recently survived objects in the young general for a few more cycles. Aging. Using a copying algorithm, only objects that survive enough cycles, the aging threshold, are moved to the old generation. This reduces the frequency of major GCs. What happens when the stack runs out of memory? Option A. Java, lang, out-of-memory error. Java heap space. Option B. Java, lang, stack overflow error. Option C. Java, lang, out-of-memory error. Metaspace. Option D. The JVM automatically increases the stack size. The correct answer is B. A stack overflow error is thrown when a thread's stack size limit is exceeded. This most commonly occurs due to infinite recursion or excessively deep method calls. Each call adds a frame to the stack. If the stack capacity, defined by XS's, is reached, the JVM cannot push another frame and throws this error. You observe high sys-CPU usage and frequent GC activity. Which tool would you use to see the allocation rate and GC pause times in real time? Option A. JCMD with GC, heap_info. Option B. JSTATGCUTIL less than PID greater than less than interval greater than. Option C. JVAP. Option D. JDB. The correct answer is B. JSTAT is the Java Virtual Machine Statistics Monitoring tool. Using the GCUTIL option followed by the process ID and a time interval, e.g., 1000 milliseconds, it provides a table showing the percentage of use for each memory area. Eden, S0, S1, old, metaspace, and the total time of GC events. This is essential for diagnosing GC thrashing, where the CPU is spent collecting memory rather than executing code. Which of these is a stop the world event? Option A. A thread reading a volatile variable. Option B. The JIT compiler optimizing a method. Option C. A full garbage collection cycle. Option D. Object allocation in the Eden space. The correct answer is C. A stop the world STW event means the JVM pauses all application threads to perform certain tasks, most notably garbage collection, while modern collectors like G1 and ZGC minimize these pauses. A full GC, which cleans the entire heap, almost always requires an STW pause to safely move objects and update references without the data changing mid-process. What is the function of the TLAB thread local allocation buffer? Option A. To provide each thread with its own stack. Option B. To allow threads to allocate objects in the Eden space without synchronization. Option C. To store static variables for each thread. Option D. To manage native memory for a thread. The correct answer is B. Object allocation in a multi-threaded environment can be a bottleneck due to synchronization on the heap. To solve this, the JVM uses TLABs. A TLAB is a small portion of the Eden space assigned to a specific thread. The thread can allocate objects within its TLAB without locking, which significantly improves performance. Once the TLAB is full, the thread requests a new one, which does require synchronization. Which flag would you use to ensure the JVM generates a heap dump automatically when an out-of-memory error occurs? Option A, XX, plus heap dump on out-of-memory error. Option B, XX, plus print GC details. Option C, XX, on error equals GDB%P. Option D, XMX dump. The correct answer is A. The XX plus heap dump on out-of-memory error flag is a critical production setting. Since errors are often hard to reproduce, having the JVM automatically write the state of the heap to a file, HPROF, when it crashes allows developers to analyze the dump later using tools like Eclipse Mat or Visual VM to find the root cause of the leak. When is an object eligible for garbage collection? Option A, when the programmer calls system GC. Option B, when the object is no longer reachable from any GC routes. Option C, as soon as it is assigned to null. Option D, when the thread that created it finishes execution. The correct answer is B. Java uses reachability analysis. An object is eligible for GC if it cannot be reached by a path from any GC route, e.g., local variables in active frames, static variables, active threads. Setting a reference to null makes the specific reference go away, but the object is only eligible if no other references to it exist. Calling system GC is only a hint to the JVM and does not guarantee immediate collection. Which GC algorithm is often called throughput collector? Option A, G1GC. Option B, serial GC. Option C, parallel GC. Option D, CMS. The correct answer is C. The parallel GC is known as the throughput collector. It uses multiple threads to perform garbage collection in the young generation, intending to maximize the time the application spends executing relative to the time spent on GC. It is ideal for batch processing jobs where long pauses are acceptable as long as the total execution time is minimized. Where are string literals stored in Java 8+? Option A, in the stack. Option B, in the metaspace. Option C, in the string constant pool, inside the heap. Option D, in the native memory. The correct answer is C. In older versions of Java, pre-Java 7, the string pool was in the perm gen. However, from Java 7 onwards, the string constant pool was moved to the main heap. This allows the string pool to be garbage collected like any other object and prevents the common perm gen errors caused by interning too many strings. Which component of the JVM is responsible for converting bytecode into machine code at runtime for frequently executed methods? Option A, interpreter. Option B, class loader. Option C, JIT compiler. Option D, garbage collector. The correct answer is C. The just-in-time JIT compiler is a key part of the JVM. While the interpreter executes bytecode instruction by instruction, the JIT identifies hot code executed frequently, and compiles it directly into native machine code. This allows Java to achieve performance comparable to compiled languages like C++. Which type of reference is most commonly used to implement memory-sensitive caches? Where the object is cleared only if the JVM absolutely needs memory. Option A. Strong reference. Option B. Soft reference. Option C. Weak reference. Option D. Phantom reference. The correct answer is B. Soft references. Java. lang.ref. Soft reference. Are kept in memory as long as there is enough space. The GC will only clear softly referenced objects if it is in danger of throwing an out-of-memory error. This makes them ideal for caches. Weak references, by contrast, are cleared in the next GC cycle regardless of memory pressure. What does the live set of an application refer to? Option A. The total size of the heap. Option B. The amount of memory occupied by objects after a full GC. Option C. The number of active threads in the JVM. Option D. The objects currently in the hidden space. The correct answer is B. The live set is the amount of heap memory that is actually being used by reachable objects. It is best measured immediately after a full GC has finished. Knowing the live set is crucial for sizing the heap. A rule of thumb is to set the maximum heap size to 3 to 4 times the size of the live set. In the context of GC, what is compaction? Option A. Reducing the size of objects. Option B. Moving live objects together to eliminate gaps. Fragmentation. In memory. Option C. Compressing the class files in metaspace. Option D. Deleting objects that are no longer referenced. The correct answer is B. Garbage collection algorithms that only mark and sweep leave holes or fragmentation in the heap. If a large object needs to be allocated, it might fail even if the total free space is sufficient. Compaction moves all surviving objects to one end of the memory block, creating a single contiguous area of free space, which makes future allocations much faster. What is the card table used for in the JVM? Option A. To track which classes are loaded. Option B. To track references from the old generation to the young generation. Option C. To manage thread synchronization. Option D. To store method bytecode. The correct answer is B. During a minor GC, the JVM needs to find all live objects in the young gen. Some objects might be referenced by objects in the old gen, instead of scanning the entire old gen, which is slow. The JVM uses a card table, a data structure where each bit represents a card chunk of the old gen. When an old general object is updated to point to a young general object, the card is marked as dirty. The GC only scans dirty cards. Which method is called by the garbage collector before an object is reclaimed, though its use is now deprecated and discouraged? Option A. Dispose. Option B. Stop. Option C. Finalize. Option D. Cleanup. The correct answer is C. The finalize method was intended to allow objects to perform cleanup, like closing files, before being jeeked. However, it is highly problematic because it can delay GC, cause performance issues, and doesn't guarantee when, or if, it will run. It was deprecated in Java 9 in favor of try with resources and cleaners. How can an inner class potentially cause a memory leak? Option A. Inner classes are always static. Option B. A non-static inner class holds an implicit reference to its outer class instance. Option C. Inner classes are stored in metaspace instead of the heap. Option D. Inner classes cannot be garbage collected. The correct answer is B. A non-static inner class, including anonymous inner classes, maintains a hidden reference to the instance of the outer class that created it. If the inner class object is passed elsewhere and kept alive, e.g., in a long-running thread or static list, the outer class instance cannot be garbage collected, even if it is otherwise unused. To avoid this, use static nested classes. What does the JVM flag XX, max GC pos millis equals 200 do? Option A. It forces the GC to run every 200 milliseconds. Option B. It sets a soft goal for the maximum duration of a GC pause. Option C. It limits the total application time to 200 milliseconds. Option D. It defines the timeout for a thread dump. The correct answer is B. This flag provides a hint to the G1 garbage collector and others that the application would like GC pauses to be no longer than the specified value, e.g., 200 milliseconds. The JVM will adjust the sizes of the young gen and other parameters to try to meet this goal, balancing it against throughput requirements. It is not a hard guarantee. Which GUI-based tool is bundled with the JDK for monitoring JVM performance and memory usage in real time? Option A. JVisual VM JConsole. Option B. Notepad++. Option C. Wireshark. Option D. Postman. The correct answer is A. JConsole and JVisual VM. Though JVisual VM is now a separate download in newer JDKs, are standard graphical tools. They use JMX, Java Management Extensions, to provide visual graphs of heap usage, thread activity, class loading, and CPU usage. They are excellent for a quick look at an application's health. What is the floating garbage problem in concurrent mark sweep, CMS, or G1 collectors? Option A. Objects that are too large to fit in any region. Option B. Objects that become unreachable during the concurrent marking phase and aren't collected until the next cycle. Option C. Memory leaks in the native stack. Option D. Objects that are resurrected by the finalize method. The correct answer is B. Floating garbage occurs because the collector marks objects concurrently while the application is still running. If an object becomes garbage, unreachable, after the marking phase has already passed it, the collector won't see it as garbage during the current cycle. These objects float until the next GC cycle, where they will finally be reclaimed. Which area stores the constant pool, field, and method data for classes? Option A. Stack. Option B. Metaspace. Formerly method area, perm gen. Option C. Eden space. Option D. Native stack. The correct answer is B. The method area, implemented as metaspace since Java 8, stores per-class structures such as the runtime constant pool, field and method data, and the code for methods and constructors, while the heap holds the instances, objects. The metaspace holds the definitions, classes. If you see Java, lang out-of-memory error, compressed class space, which area needs adjustment? Option A, the heap, XMX. Option B, the stack, XS's. Option C, a specific part of metaspace, XX. Compressed class space size. Option D, the code cache. The correct answer is C. When use compressed class pointers is enabled, default on 64-bit JVMs, class metadata is stored in two separate areas, the regular metaspace and the compressed class space. If an application loads a massive number of classes, the compressed class space, which has a default limit, often 1 GB, can run out even if the overall metaspace has room. What is the primary benefit of escaping analysis in the JVM? Option A, it helps in detecting memory leaks. Option B, it allows the JVM to allocate objects on the stack instead of the heap if they don't escape the method. Option C, it speeds up the loading of classes. Option D, it prevents null pointer exceptions. The correct answer is B. Escape analysis is an optimization where the JIT compiler determines if an object is used only within a single method and doesn't escape to other methods or threads. If it doesn't escape, the JVM can allocate the object on the stack. Stack allocation is much faster than heap allocation because it doesn't require garbage collection. The memory is reclaimed automatically when the method returns. That wraps up our 30-question deep dive into Java memory management. How did you do? Whether you're an aspiring Java professional or a seasoned dev, understanding these concepts is key to building scalable, high-performance applications. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dive technical content. Don't forget to comment your score below. I'd love to see how many of you hit that 30 out of 30 mark. For the full-length practice exam and detailed study guides, check the link in the description below.